Are you fully committed in 2024? Do you really have a commitment to your New Year's resolution, your goal, or your dream? Because if you don't, it's time to get serious about it. It's time for you to become aware of the things that can keep you from going after that goal or dream. It's time for you to make a choice to be committed to that goal or dream so you can make it happen in your life. And it's time to start executing and commit yourself to the execution. Tell yourself every day that I'm going to work on my dream. Come up with a plan. Have a self-discipline action plan, which is a bunch of action steps that you will take on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis that's going to allow you to realize the goal and dream that's in your heart that you have told yourself in this 2024 that you're going to make become a reality. What's up, it's Gene. This word to be great. Are you committed? We have a new year. This 2024. I know a lot of y'all out there have your New Year's resolutions. You have your goals. You have your dreams you want to start working on. And for many of you all out there, it's the same goals. It's the same dream. It's the same New Year's resolution you had last year. So that's why I'm asking you, are you committed? Are you truly committed this year to make those things happen in your life? Are you truly committed to live your dreams? Are you truly committed to realize your goals? Because if you don't have true commitment, there's no way they're going to happen in your life. You see, a lot of us, we always have excuses on why we don't realize our goals and dreams. We tell ourselves we're going to wait till the next year. Oh, I didn't do it this year. Oh, I failed this year. This year, I'm going to stop smoking. Oh, I messed up, so I just put it off for next year. This year, I'm going to start taking better of my health. Oh, I've already had some Twinkies. I'll put it off to next year. And because of this cycle of always giving up on your goals and dreams, because of this cycle of telling yourself during the beginning of the new year, you're going to finally get that thing done that you've been promising to yourself, it is not happy your life. But if you want your goals, your dreams to become a reality, you must be committed. You must be self-disciplined, and self-discipline is doing those productive things that you say you're going to do, despite how you feel that's going to lead to your desired success. So whatever you desire for this new year, whatever your New Year's resolution is, whatever your goal is, whatever your dream is, you must be committed. You see, this reminded me when I was a kid. I grew up, with both parents in the home at one point. My dad was in our home until I was about 11. But I remember this one particular incident like it was yesterday. You see, my dad was an alcoholic, and I remember he would come into the house after work. He'd be yelling to the top of his lungs. I remember hearing this thunderous voice. My dad and my mama fighting with each other. And it always happened when he had been drinking a lot of alcohol. Now, it had got out of control. He was, at times saying verbally abusive things to me and my sister. He was yelling all the time. He was almost like a monster in the home when he got drunk. So I remember that he decided that he was going to stop drinking because he knew he was an alcoholic. He knew he was out of control. He knew he was being tough with his kids, his wife, and that was unsustainable. So it was a particular time with my daddy. I didn't see him drinking. I didn't smell alcohol on him, and he was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? But what I did not realize at that moment is that even though he said he had stopped drinking, what he really did is found a creative way to let nobody know that he was still engaged in alcohol. So I remember he got hurt on the job. He was working on the railroad or something, and he was working on the railroad, and he had to wear a boot. I don't know what the injury was. I don't know if he hurt his ankle. I don't know if he hurt his foot. But I remember I stayed home from school one day, and it was just my daddy and me in the house. And then he came to me, he said, "Hey, Junior, we're going to go get some fried chicken." I remember this. And he used to have this Ford car, this white Ford. He said, "We're going to get some fried chicken." And he was walking around the house with a cane. So when we get out to the car, I sit in the passenger seat. I'm very excited. I'm about to go spend the day with my daddy. We about to go get some chicken. And then he looked at me and he said this so sternly. He said, "Junior, what you about to see, you better not tell your mama. Boy, do you understand me? You better not tell your mama." I said, "Okay." So he opened up the car door and he stuck his cane out. And when he stuck his cane outside of the car, he started screwing the top of the cane off. And I'm like, what was my daddy doing? He's screwing the top of the cane off. And then he pulls out this long glass thing. Like it was like a really skinny glass bottle. and it was filled with this brown liquid. He took the top off of that thing and it was nothing but alcohol. My daddy started drinking out of that thing. And I remember saying to myself, my daddy wasn't really committed. He said he wanted to stop drinking. He said he didn't want to be an alcoholic. He wasn't committed. He was drinking right in front of me. I was a kid. I was probably like 7, 8 years old, watching my daddy break this commitment that he said he had. You see, that was a very, very tough time for me because I remember we was riding to the store. I was smelling the alcohol in his breath. I thought about the fact he told my mama he was going to stop drinking. He told us he was going to stop drinking. But when he had an opportunity to engage in that behavior of drinking alcohol, he took advantage of it. You see, and a lot of us are like my daddy was. You tell yourself every year that you're committed to your dreams. You tell yourself you're committed to your goals. But the moment you get a chance to break your commitment, you'll do it in a heartbeat. So I want to ask you again, in 2004, are you truly committed? Are you truly committed to your goals? Are you truly committed to your dreams? Do you have the self-discipline necessary to make them happen in your life? Because if you're not committed, you're going to be just like my daddy was. You're going to fall back into those behaviors that's going to keep you from realizing the goals and dreams that's in your heart. So let's talk about ways that you can commit yourself. And we're going to talk about the ACE of the ACE cycle of change. The ACE cycle of change. This is something that I've learned when I was studying for my behavior change specialist certification, and it has 3 parts to it. It is awareness, choice, and execution. So let's start with awareness. See, now, a lot of us, we're aware of the things we need to do. Now, if you somebody, you say to yourself, you know what? I need to lose 20 pounds. Let's be real. The information is online. You can find all the information you need to online on how to lose 20 pounds. That's not an issue. But the question is, are you aware of the things about yourself that can keep you from engaging in the things that you learn? You see, my daddy, he was aware that he needed to stop drinking. That was information at that time, even though the internet, it wasn't like it is now, but there was resources out there. He had resources at his job. He could have got some resources from commercials that was always popping up on TV about stop drinking. The resources was out there. So he was aware of the things he could and should do to stop drinking, but it leads to the next thing. Was he willing to make a real committed choice? You see, the C in in ACE is choice. You have to make a real choice that you're going to change that behavior, and you must commit yourself to that choice. You see, my daddy made a choice that he wanted to stop drinking. He made a choice that he didn't want to be an alcoholic, but he was not committed to that choice. You see, you made a choice for 2024. You've already made a choice within yourself. You say, you know what? I'm going to stop smoking this year. You've already made a choice to do so. But the question is, are you committed to that choice? You can say all day, this is the choice I made. I'm going to lose weight. This is the choice I made. I'm going to write that book. But the question is, are you committed to that choice? And the last part of the ACE cycle of change is the E, and that is execution. Let me tell you something. This is probably the hardest thing because it is so easy to talk about the things you want to do, the goals you have, the New Year's resolution, the dreams that you want. But when it comes down to actually taking those actions, it's hard. See, a lot of us, we don't want to execute, or we may start out executing, but as time goes by, we stop executing because we give in to our feelings. You see, we lack the self-discipline. Remember, the self-discipline is doing those productive things that you say you're going to do, despite how you feel that's going to lead to your desired success. And if you're not committed to your dreams, you're not committed to your goals, you're not going to execute, or you're not going to execute long enough until you get your desired success. You see, this was the problem my daddy had. He could not execute. He said he wanted to stop drinking. But when it came down to those urges of drinking, he was willing to go get him a flask, which was, I found out that's what it's called. It's a flask. It's like a cane that will allow him to hide his lack of commitment. And many of y'all, you're hiding your lack of commitment. You told yourself you want to lose 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds. But when people are not looking at you, you eating on them cinnamon buns. You told people that you want to write a book. When people are not watching you, you watching TV instead of writing. You're not fully committed, and that's why you're not executing. So it's very important that you commit yourself to your dream so you can execute on the behaviors that are necessary that's going to bring to a reality. So are you fully committed in 2024? Do you really have a commitment to your New Year's resolution, your goal, or your dream? Because if you don't, it's time to get serious about it. It's time for you to become aware of the things that can keep you from going after that goal or dream. It's time for you to make a choice to be committed to that goal or dream so you can make it happen in your life. And it's time to start executing and commit yourself to the execution. Tell yourself every day that I'm going to work on my dream. Come up with a plan. Have a self-discipline action plan, which is a bunch of action steps that you will take on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis that's going to allow you to realize the goal and dream that's in your heart that you have told yourself in this 2024 that you're going to make become a reality. So commit yourself to your dream. Commit yourself to your goal. Use the ACE cycle of change so you can make those things become a reality in your life because you are worthy to be great.
If you like this video, I want to ask you to like and share this video. Also, if you're struggling with your self-discipline, I want to encourage you to get a copy of my new book, Worthy to be Great, How to Build Self-Discipline to Achieve Your Greatness. Just click the link below or in my profile and get your copy today.